And welcome to Capital Talk, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of Kenya. Now more than ever, I'm Jeff Kananga. Now, all this week, I tell you, it's the story that refuses to go away. Miguna's peeling back the mask that's caused a volcanic eruption, if you will, and split this country literally right down the middle. Those who support the book, those who just condemn it. Well, right in the middle, folks, we're trying to gain some ground. We're trying to see the way forward. And just for the record, I have indeed requested everybody from Ababu Namwamba to Professor Nyang Nyong to Ministers Ochieno Kajwang and James Orengo to come on the bench and defend the book, or rather, oppose the book and defend their stand. I even went as far as texting Sarah Elderkin. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to come on. So how do we deal with this? Well, how about talking to some experts? What's the way forward? Is this a game changer? Who better? No one else. No one is better. And you all, especially in social media, have been saying, let's get this man on the bench to break it down. His thoughts, because he is a political scientist. He puts together a hypothesis. He calls it like he sees it, without fear or favor. At this point, grab a pen and a paper, because it's the last word, and it's only Tuesday, but it's the last word. Sit back. Mutahi Ngunyi. The only consulting house.
The only consulting house. I told you that last time.
Mutahi.
Yeah.
This book. You've read the book.
Yes, I've read the book, yeah.
Your thoughts?
When I began reading it, I was very entertained because the book has a lot of humor in it. There's a lot of nice little stories all over regarding everybody in town. But the more I read it, the more I developed a bad taste in my mouth. I was not particularly sure that it's a good book. In fact, it reads very much like you know, some of this sleazy literature you find from out there on the streets. Pretty much like, what do you call these things, a tabloid. That's what it looks like, that's what it reads like.
So you don't think it will have any effect at all?
It is intrusive, sad to say so, and it is one sleazy story after another. How Jimmy Orengo bought a suit for $6,000 and how I don't know who did what. And I don't think it will affect Raila's bid for the presidency at all.
It will not?
Depending on how he deals with it.
Was it written in bad taste, do you think, Mutahi?
It is intellectually immoral. That's the way I would say it. Bad taste, of course, yes, as well. And I say so because I compare it very much with the Githongo Confessions regarding Anglo-leasing. And when you're invited by the king into his court to be part of his process, one of the things that you don't do is reveal everything you saw in there. My uncle, when I was a little boy, used to tell me when I would go up country, that when you come and you're walking amongst the goats and you find an old man seated ajar, you know, exposing himself, you should go and wash your eyes with soap, and you must not tell anybody what you saw. But if you come out and you begin to make stories out of it, what that does is that you bring a curse upon yourself. And that's what Githongo did with Kibaki. He went into the big house, he found the old man seated ajar, and he's made a living out of that particular story. Miguna is doing the same thing. He's walked into Raila's court and he found Raila ajar. He walked into his actual political bedroom and he's privy to everything that Raila is about. And now he's put it in a sleazy book that reads like a tabloid, and he expects us to celebrate that. I can't live with that. Intellectually, I feel insulted by that, by the immorality that has gone into that. Without necessarily supporting Raila Odinga.
Sure. Okay, how does that explain the response, Mutahi, from, okay, he's dominated headlines for going on 2 straight weeks. Social media is abuzz with this man. How do you explain that? Is it just we love gossip, we love, you know, the innuendos, we love to know about people's private business?
Kenyans love sleaze. That's the reason why if you go to the channels, Nigerian movies, these funny ones, and all the sleazy stuff, is what dominates our televisions, the soap operas. We love sleazy stories. And this is one sleazy, intrusive story after another. But then when you ask yourself a question, where is this guy going with this? I don't see the tail end of it.
You think he's just sour grapes? You think he's just hell hath no fury like a woman scorned? You think he's just bitter?
Miguna believes, and he says it in his book, that he probably could inherit Raila Odinga as the next leader of the Luo nation. And how best to do it, but to take on the chief himself. Is he a match for Raila? I don't think so. He cannot inherit Raila Odinga. But we must give it to him also. Nobody from the Luo nation has taken Raila on the way he has. I think that is brilliant, what he has done. But I also think he's a little foolhardy, because with time we'll begin to ask ourselves a question. So what was this about? You have hit the guy so hard. And Raila, again, in as much as he has so many political sins, he doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. No, and I'm not a Raila maniac or Raila phobic kind of fellow.
Yeah.
But I just think that for the historical record, this kind of treatment is bad for him. I think Miguna has been unfair on the man.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
Going forward, right? ODM's strategy basically, and Fora and the Secretariat, has been hands off for now. Nobody's touching this thing, except, obviously a few people who have been implicated in this book are going to court already. But nobody's talking, nobody's saying a word, Mutahi. It's like they're waiting for it to blow over, or they don't